What's the
Yeah,
ETA
I'm also
on the rest of
sending
them?
it, as well as whoever else is recording. I'm also sending it to stream, so anyone who has any questions can view it there.
Stream.
User in your channel started recording.
All right.
Des, you know what I'm talking about.
Twitch.
Twitch, there it is.
That's another thing we have to bring up. That's another thing we have to talk about today. Second.
We have a Twitch channel?
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
We do. Yeah. Neat.
All we need are streamers. I only have 2 streamers at the moment. They're dedicated enough for it.
Roger that. If you like, real quick, I'll read the roll.
User in your channel is recording.
We've got Des from the Revis. Tachi, who are you representing?
Revis order.
All right, we got Ben Corey from KOP, Crimsonus from POC, Dackners from the Seekers, Faye from TOC, Furious, who you representing?
Peacekeepers of Crimson.
You got Gabriel Thorne from Four Moons, Gil Rob, the Origin GM, Chios from JC, got Hamanus from LOT, Kaito from the Guardians of Light, Kyle from the Knights of Peace, Liara from the Risen Empire, Alani Quinn from JC, you got Old Man Ripper from the Praxium, Rixbo from the Crate Supremacy, Sathius from the Risen Empire, Telrash from the Viridian Syndicate, Terenth from TOC also, and Zatius from the Zatius Shade Cartel.
Thank you, Old Man Ripper.
The question earlier was broached. We're trying to set up a server-wide thing. We're looking for ideas and concepts. I've always been a huge fan of just world PvP. I mean, like, someone get on, like, Tatooine, we could do Outlaw Den's always fun. Just turns into one massive throwdown. And beyond that, you could always set up just, like, faction on faction.
Are we going to do a hand system here?
Yes.
Being that we are a RP,
He's got it right now, though.
you could put limitations on it to where you would, if you die, you're down.
User
instead of
disconnected
just
from your channel.
continuous
Joined your
PvP.
channel.
Because, I mean, this is an RP server. Half the fun is just, you know, someone dies and someone runs over and is like, Ripper, no! And he's like laying on the ground crying. But at the same time, everyone's still fighting and stuff. Either way.
Okay, we got a Chio hand.
One of my members came up with an idea that taps right into what Ripper was just saying, some open world, but it also involves GSF as well. So we could, you know, scramble both PvP and GSF, but it would be kind of an RP base. Get everybody going from their flagship so we could get multiple guilds involved.
User joined your channel.
Something like that would be kind of an idea.
Park a couple of different guilds ships over the same planet, having an ongoing battle on the field and in the sky.
All right. We got Telrash.
Yeah, I wanted to point out we did try to do an open world PvP event on Oricon a few weeks back, and at least for pub side, we only had Christmas. So if we did want to do another open world PvP, we need to get the word out, and y'all need to tell us if you'll be coming or not. Because pubs were slaughtered by imps last time, and it wasn't fun.
Yeah, we have a record of that from a long time ago.
So good feedback there would be let's try to make it at least semi-fair. I mean, participation is good,
your channel is recording.
But let's have a sign-up sheet for the event would be my recommendations, where we at least have, if you have more than one extra person on a side, it gets a little unbalanced.
Yeah, I would second that.
Well, we can use the website for that as a sign-up. We got a hand for Gilrob.
Going along with Tavares said, getting it out is the key word. And the pubs, as far as pub side goes, my guild tried setting up an open world PvP on TAT, and it was the 15 of us to the 60 of them. And my guild went over and tried to spread the best we could, tried to tell other people, but it didn't receive a lot of hype. Especially with our server being a roleplay server, a lot of guilds aren't too in favor of open world PvP. They think it's an unfair based because you got the people with the rated gear, and then you've got the people with the non-rated gear. You've already got an
User in
advantage.
your channel is recording.
At least that's the feedback I got. People are like, it's unfair.
What, that people have PvP gear and people don't?
Yes. That's the feedback I got when I started inviting people. They're like, no man, that's unfair. I don't have PvP gear. That's all the feedback I got.
We also got to take in consideration. We also got to take in consideration the level sync as well for the open world PvP. So we have to aim for the higher level planets like Tat. We all love Tat for its open world PvP-ness, but with the level sync, it is a pain in the ass.
Sure. Chose Oricon.
Yeah, Oricon is
It's a bit higher level than Tat is.
a lot more fair.
My counter argument to that is that by going to the lower level worlds, we actually can get more people involved. People who may be new to all of it.
That is a good point.
But you also got to take in consideration the space that we have in an instance. We have had overworld PvP where we fill up multiple instances. So if we do bring in lower levels, we'd need a lot more room, and that would cut out a lot of other guilds as well.
You know what I would suggest on that is more of like a open world PvP tournament, and have people sign up into 8-man teams by faction, spread it across the guilds if the one guild's not large enough. That way we can coordinate numbers. We can also coordinate planets, and we can kind of stage the RP around it, saying, you know, Imperial and Republic skirmished on Oricon, on Tatooine, on whatever, and they were driven back. So it's almost like our own little conquest, if that makes sense.
It also allows for the role-playing situation of sending ambassadors out between guilds to build alliances, which are especially tenuous Republic or Imperial side.
I agree.
We got Rixpo.
Okay, yes. So I didn't actually like what Ripper just said, because my idea was to take the PvP differently and do a legit PvP tournament, but not just like but make a big tournament. I mean, you know, we side bets, gambling, broadcast on our Twitch channel, do giveaways. You know, make it a big event, not just every other tournament that some people have, but make it a big ordeal. And it could be a way to get us out there as well if it was, I guess, sponsored by the summit or organized by the summit as well. But I do also like what Ripple's idea for the open world. Although I'm not sure how many
disconnected from your channel.
8-man we can set up, but my idea for in terms of PvP was to do a big PvP tournament.
I can jump on. Can I jump in on that?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So I like the way like Rixpo's going here. I like the idea of the PvP tournament. All we need is a host, and what we could do is also broadcast that on the Twitch channel that we're going to be building soon. Well, it's there. There's that we're missing streamers for, but that's something like if we get that set up, we can always broadcast that. We can have a host or two hosts, and they can we can set ourselves up at a place where they're like watching over it, and yeah, we can set up like a nice tournament, and yeah, it is possible. Like kind of like Ilum, I'd say. I think Ilum would probably be the best spot for open world PvP, like the tournament that we're talking about, since it only registers groups the size of 4.
Well, I don't know if you want to do like an open world tournament, or if you want to do a more standard dueling one. But then from what I've heard from past, then you have to make specific brackets, you know, stealth versus not stealth, and all that.
Yeah, the only problem with the standard dueling ones is when you get one-on-one with that, the class abilities that go between them it can really lean one side really far, and unless you do like a slash roll like ability or who goes next type thing, it's really unfair. So
Alright, I got a hammy hand.
Yeah, I almost forgot what I was gonna say. So, as a a secondary idea to the open world PvP. I don't remember who I was talking to this earlier today, but was talking about my guild has been doing hide and seek games, and we had the idea had been kicked around, I think, with Chio and I think maybe Dez, of maybe doing a larger, server version of that. So, picking a planet and doing a hide and seek thing, giving prizes for whoever finds the guy that's hiding or whatever. Uh, yeah, I think that's about what I had.
So like on the
fun one that we've done on the PP is a Cantina Brawl series, to where we'll go from different cantina to cantina and have the actual fight in the cantina.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that actually sounds pretty awesome.
But do you brawl like with weapons, or do you brawl like?
You can do it in one of two ways. Either if you have all the social, where you have like jab, punch, and whatever, you take off. You either put on basic equipment where you have like a helmet that has no stats on it or whatever, and you go at it because it's a little bit faster that way, or you do a full gear PvP battle. So, and it's no resing. You die, you're dead. You're just down.
Well, I vote for the. I'm sorry, I'm speaking out of turn. But I vote for the full gear.
Fine, go ahead,
full gear PvP or whatever.
Just whatever your normal gear is, that's what you're wearing in the fight. Okay.
Yeah, but there's no restrictions. You can't, like, PvEers that want to participate can't tell a guy that plays only PvP that he can't bring his gear, because that'd be like saying you can't bring your gear. But the neutral ground on that is if you have the social aspect where you have jab, punch, uppercut, whatever, you can both go that way, etc.
Yeah.
I actually like that idea. Anyone else in favor?
Down as well.
I
Yeah,
want
that
to make a
sounds good.
comment on
User
the
in your
hide
channel
and seek
timed
one.
out.
The hide and seek one sounds interesting, but I wouldn't lead off with that as our first event. I think something more organized and big might be better than saying, "Hey guys, we're gonna do a hide and seek event." It does sound cool though. But
Yeah, no, I mean that's what I've done before. I've did one game where it was just the guys in my guild, and then I did one where I was actually trying to recruit. So I opened it up to everybody on Tython, and I picked up a couple guys. I don't know where they're at now, but it was still like gave out prizes. So yeah, you probably need a more organized event for our first one, just to show what we can do, and then do random, guild X posts a hide and seek on this planet, or or another guild does it on a different planet or something, or we all get on one planet and do it. However.
I'd like to touch on the hide and seek thing in a minute, but we got the Aria from Risen Empire. Oh, okay. Okay, so I did have an idea for that hide and seek thing. I was recently at one of the Dancers Palace events for the RP community, and they have a lot of Zakulian knights. So I was thinking like Zakulian knights, people in those kind of armors, seeking out people from different guilds, say on like Tatooine, for instance, like the hide and seek, kind of a bounty chase mission. Anyone have thoughts on that?
The only thing is, I've never run one of those. I just need to know how you would organize that to where it'd be easy for everyone to find out. I mean, where would you go to centrally communicate for that? Would you have to join a certain channel, like a chat channel?
What you would probably do is like say Imperials, Republic, Imperials this time are going to be the Knights, or Republics this time is going to be the Knights, and spam out in the general chat, telling people, hey, we're doing this hunt, join in. And then the other side would be doing the same thing on their side.
I used to. Sorry about that.
You organize it into like massive ops groups, and then you have a referee in each of the groups to make sure people are staying in bounds. So like let's say we use Tatooine, like a certain area of it. Go ahead, Chio.
I used to do hide and seek games on different planets recruiting, and I would, help out. Like just recently, I gave a brand new Padawan like a level 5 or something, 500k, for finding me on Tython. So doing small things like this gets your name out, gets your guild's name out, and more importantly, or I'll go to the GTN, I'll buy a whole bunch of sabers and start giving them out for prizes or something. Stuff like that is pretty easy to set up.
Also helps the newer players as well.
Right. I mean, I know I sure could have used 500k when I was a brand new Padawan.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm actually able to, with the artifice. I'm sorry to jump in, but the crystals I can make now have 0 level requirement. So a level 1 with the, a legacy lightsaber or something like Satili Shan's saber can have a plus 41 on their for their gear. So if someone needs a lightsaber crystal, just let me know.
Well, why don't we do something like, I know Second Mass has done that. There's Haneth, and there's a bunch of other players as well. We could host a massive giveaway, like I don't know, maybe 100, even more than 100, like a 200 mil worth of stuff giveaway. Like we could host like a big ass party / event where we give away stuff. We do like a small like PvP tournament. Winner gets like 2 million, stuff like that.
If I can insert here for a second, I have a character who's sitting on an entire vault full of rare dies that I can throw into the equation.
See, like I'm pretty sure we all have our own vaults of really cool stuff that we're either waiting to sell or we just don't really care about. But yeah, it is a good idea. We mostly invite a lot of the newer players, and yeah, we host a big ass giveaway party thing with tournaments, costume, or like outfit tournament, etc. It works.
I'd see a boxing match for those of us who actually have all of the punch, uppercut, etc. things.
Exactly, there's stuff like that.
That would be cool. Can I stick my hand up?
Go ahead, Slav.
Go ahead, Slavish.
Okay. Couple of the matches that I've ever been in tournaments, they also took up a pot of everybody, so much money, 100k, 500k, and the winner of that one at the very end wins the entire pot.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Anyone else in line? I was about to tab out to throw a hand.
Nope, that's fine. Go ahead.
One of my other guild members came up with a pod racing event on Tatooine. With checkpoints, it would have to be a timed event. So we can't, do an all-out race. It would have to be more of like a cannonball run as opposed to a actual pod race. Yeah, time trial, exactly.
There's a problem with pod racing. Because that's something that I really wanted to do. I mean, because I made it an objective of mine to buy every pod racer that they have released. Is that they all go at the same speed. It's not like in Galaxy what the terrain actually mattered. So if you want to do a pod racing, you got to make it so that either some way for people to
But
get
if it
slowed or
can I jump in here?
Sure.
Okay, like Yeah, like, I know what you mean. Like, yeah, all the speeders go the same speed. But if we're doing something where like you have to cross the whole map and you have to reach a certain checkpoints, you don't always have to follow like a straight. You don't have to follow a straight line or a certain trail, or a specific trail. You have to get your own way to that certain checkpoint. So basically, it's the quickest way there.
Yeah, but the thing is, the quickest way is gonna be going straight at it.
Not always.
Don't die.
It depends on the nature of the terrain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
especially
it's
on
how it's
Tat,
picked.
you have all those
bouncing
caverns
around,
and mountains and sand dunes.
I feel like. Go ahead, Kai.
Yeah, sorry, but the easiest way might sometimes be the kind of the more roundabout way where you're not hitting straight at it, where you're going kind of to the side, and somebody else might not think about that. So on Tat, there are some planets where a straight shot might be actually the fastest way, but on Tat it changes so much so fast that it may not be the case.
Try such a thing on Hoth, and you'll have people falling into crevasses.
Exactly.
Right, and I just want to bring something up, guys. We've been at this for 30 minutes. We had 2 things you wanted to discuss. My suggestion is we take this to the forums with a thread, and we start working on it there with suggestions, and then we also have a poll. Which one would your guild like to participate in, and you discuss it amongst your guilds. And then beyond that, y'all had a second reason for bringing us together. What was that?
Oh, that was just the getting people the access to the calendar. We fixed that one at the beginning.
Cool.
Yeah,
User
getting
disconnected from
the
your
website.
channel.
I think people to the website to do this, I think, is an incredibly important topic.
So I suggest we take some time right now to make sure. I mean, anyone in this channel that doesn't know how or where to go for that site and sign up or whatever, let's get it done, and let's go ahead and make that thread. And whoever has moderator knows how to make a poll or whatever of the different events, and let's go ahead and list them on there, and then start getting our guilds to traffic that site. Is that correct, or is it just for the GMs and stuff?
That's the next big step. I know Second Mass. I was just talking with
User in
Oz.
your channel is
I was talking
recording.
with Oz. Like just before this, and he said that because he didn't know about the site yet, because he's been missing up on the summits. So he said that he's gonna
Oh, they're on the
register
other
his
side.
guild. Yeah, he's gonna register his guild, and that he was going to share it with his guildies and all that, so they have like all the information and they know what's happening event wise. So Second Mass is with us as well. So I think our next big step is bringing it to the guilds and making sure our members sign up and are here with us and all the way through the rest of this to show us support.
So yes, Ripper, you're right. That is part of the process. Get your guys there.
Yeah, I mean, so do we
What
want to
would
go ahead
you
and
like-
set that up while we got time, or who's going to be in charge of doing that later? Is my next question.
What do you want the thread titled? And I'll set it up right now.
I was just going to suggest that we set it up as Begeren events, and then what we would do is we'd have not a discussion there, but a poll of what do you want the next event to be, and nothing can get really posted underneath, but it's just the actual poll itself, and then we list 3 or 4 different things. So, Cantina Bar Brawl series, Bounty Hunter stuff or whatever, the hide and seek.
Okay.
And just list 3 or 4 different events and let people poll and vote on it, and then
Okay,
we go
but you
from there.
you mentioned a forum to discuss that. That's what I'm
Right.
That's what I'm looking
So what
at.
we do is we make one thread where people can just throw up any idea they want, because I mean someone's gonna have a great idea. Then another forum where all it is just a poll. We change the poll monthly or whatever.
Well,
and we let people vote
I
on
can
the next
set up
event.
a poll, and it doesn't have to be a thread, and I can put the poll on pretty much every
Sure.
page on the
That
site.
works. But that's what I'm thinking is
User
you
in
have
your
one
channel
thread where
is
people can
recording.
make suggestions, and then another one where we actually have a poll of these are the 3 most popular, or these were the 3 that were suggested first. We're gonna have a vote. We're gonna get that squared away by the end of like March 15th or whatever, and then we're actually gonna organize it and have it on March this date. See what I'm saying? So give it like a 2-week polling and then 2-week
Okay. Do we
You got
want
that,
to?
Henry?
Do we want to have? Do we want to have a event set up right now so that we can get people oriented with this, or do we want to just make a poll and find out what people want to do?
User in your
I say
channel
get a
is
poll
recording.
going up first, and then by next week, like have our guilds go in like this week or like this like the whole next week here that's coming. Have our guilds all come onto the website, register. Yeah, and then we have them vote in the polls, and we vote in the polls. And at the end of that week, we can have an idea, and we can just open up another thread and discuss the date, and that should be good.
That sounds good. The only other option would be all just voted like verbally tonight. Like we go down the list, like they call the roll, and say, do you want to vote for something tonight or not? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Okay, so here's what I've got set up. Yeah, on the forum page in the community section, I have news and announcements is one forum. The next forum down is Begeren events, or Begeren, or however you say it. So if you click on that takes you into that specific forum, and you can add whatever thread you want and put all the ideas there. And then once we get 4 or 5 ideas going, then we could set up a poll, a separate poll, and actually have people vote at that point. So the open world PvP, we know that's going to be one. The hide and seek, but what else do they want? Well, they can put that in a thread in the Begeren events forum. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, as new ideas come up, then we can just add another poll. And what do we think of that? What do we think of this? And discuss them, and then so forth.
We do have a hand. Risen Empire.
Yeah, so we're talking 4 weeks time, 2 weeks for voting and polling, and then an additional 2 weeks for planning, so you get at least a month ahead of time, because I know with Risen Empire and the Knights of Peace, our calendars are just packed. I mean, we have to go out sometimes a month just to plan our own events.
Yeah, that's looking at the time frame right now.
Right. And the goal here is just participation. So if early and fast is the goal, the whole goal is to get it, or like people to show up. I think early and fast would be too haste, and it would kind of fold on itself because it wouldn't be communicated or advertised well enough yet.
This is still our first major event as a community, so.
Okay.
Anyways, I'd like to thank you guys for actually hosting this and getting it going and listening to me and stuff like that. I appreciate it, and I think this is great. And this is one of the reasons why I really love this server. The people here are good. It's a good community, and we can come together even if we're playing on opposite factions and still do this stuff. So, anyways, I'm heading over to my raid now, guys. Y'all have a good night. God bless. Good hunting.
Nice.
Does anyone have anything else they want to bring up?
I do have one thing.
Go ahead.
My guild, Viridian Syndicate, it's spelled Viridian wrong on the site. Just gonna point that out.
Yeah, I'll fix that for you right now.
Disconnected from your channel.
If we're also on that topic, you can pick off.
I blame Chio. It's his
Dolly.
fault.
Yeah, it's always Gio's fault.
Hey, that's Lee's not here, damn it.
Also, is there anybody that needs permissions for the website to like on anything?
Also need to
Maybe
register to
some
the
of the new
website.
guilds. I don't know. I haven't looked at them.
If you guys haven't registered yet, I suggest registering now. Yeah. And also, I want to know like how many of you guys like the new let's say like the new like guild roster thing on the side where you can go click on it and it brings you to like the guild info.
It's stupid.
Okay, Chia. Ouch. No, I quit.
I actually kind of like it.
It's actually a great idea. I can't lie.
I didn't do it when I first made the list because I just didn't do it because I hadn't talked to anybody. But yeah, I like it. It was something that I had in mind when I made the list. Was we could just.
Is the link for mine broken?
Which one is it?
Create supremacy.
Yes, yours is messed up. I'll fix that up in a second.
Yeah,
We
I
need
mean,
to get.
You can get rid of the Dime one. Because that became that, so.
We need to.
I just
damn it,
gave
I just had to
everyone
bring it up.
a membership, so everyone that's signed anyway.
I just put mine in, McLean.
All right.
We need to go through all the guilds' registry and get them all doing the correct registry too, because some of them aren't using the format.
Any other issues we need to bring up?
We could talk about the Twitch and the YouTube, if that's a subject that people want to bring up. All right, so the thing that we need for the Twitch and YouTube are people to record and live stream. I know Rixpo has volunteered, but we haven't been able to set anything up because we can't build a schedule unless we have more people joining in. So if you guys are able to live stream or record something or have something interesting, just feel free to contact me as well. I'm gonna have a forum post on the guild site, not the guild site, but the website, tonight or tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
also,
well, on that, I'm gonna post down in the chat a name for the channel that I do broadcast on Twitch. It is pretty much every time I'm on. Oh, if I can type right. Every time I'm on, I'm pretty much broadcasting. If you search this channel in Twitch, you can find it. Any suggestions or anything for the channel would be greatly appreciated. So I can get more content on there. This whole guild summit will be on there.
And we can link your stuff up to the page that Crimson has. And we do have a hand here, Rixpo.
Okay, now the first problem I have is that we can't just stream random stuff because unless you have a big following, no one's gonna watch someone level or run dailies or do whatever. It's very hard to stream that type of stuff. I did have an idea of an event that I was trying to organize, and I might put it on the BC Twitch channel. Was
User disconnected
kind of
from
like
your
a
channel.
talk show type thing.
Podcasts.
I know that a few other servers or groups have done either podcasts or shows where they talk about the game or the server, talk about whatever. And I think it would be cool to have one of those for the server, where we discuss the state of the game, the state of the server, different aspects of the game on it, have a roundtable discussion. So that I think would be a cool idea to have, and possibly also have that on the Twitch and the recording on YouTube as well.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely implement that.
Yeah, so one of the big ideas though that we had when we first mentioned the YouTube and the Twitch was having our own podcast type thing, our own show where we bring on where we have a host, of course, and they talk about things like new content, releases, etc. And what we do stream will go on to the YouTube as well. And then another thing was streaming events. So we know how we have GSF night and stuff. We can always have 1 hour of Shadow SU flying around hitting goddamn rocks. Take that shot.
I would pay to go see that.
You see?
Hey, I resembled that remark.
You see, see, we can have an hour of that, and then another hour where we have the EM side of the GSF night, and so that way that way we can mix it up, and every night we have a war zone or GSF or an ops run. On the YouTube as well, we're also talking about how we run ops on BC, because on every server there are different ways to run ops. Everyone does their own type of thing. So one thing that we can add on is the way we do things, our SWTOR hacks, if you could say. Anyone else have any suggestions to put on?
I
Well,
I'd love to run an in-character advice column for one of my characters. Unfortunately, her advice generally boils down to skin them alive and boil their family in oil for any
Jesus
problem you might
Christ.
find.
That's awesome. But for on the Twitch side of things, I can actually create a Twitch channel and share the broadcasting stream code for it to all of y'all, and anybody who wants to broadcast something into that specific channel, we can, and that way all of that, the entire server kind of thing is in one community on the channel, and they can come and check out everything on the channel that's happening at one time, and then we can each subsequently make our own channels and actually link our own channels to that main channel. So if they want to follow one individual or a group of individuals, they can actually do that.
It's already all set. It's already all set up, and as I said, all we need are the streamers. Like the idea was, we are going to promote every streamer. We are going to have the schedule. We're all that. We're not going to hand it out to everyone, because if everyone has access to it, then it does lead to a lot of other issues. But it will be shared among the GMs and the people that are going to actually be involved with it.
Yeah, I would recommend like Summit personnel only have access to that. That way it's everyone here and not just any person who wants to get in on that.
And I took safety precautions setting it up, so I know like even if someone like took it over, I could always take it back. But like here you guys go.
Yeah.
This is what we have right now. Oh wait, that's the wrong window. Sorry.
I have a quick thing. When streaming, is there any specific thing you would want really being done? Because when I opened up what's this, the Zekmarf channel, I saw the Elder Scrolls Online stream. Is it strictly wanting to be streamed on Star Wars only?
Yeah, the BegerenColony one would be streamed strictly Star Wars only. However, our individual channels that like you clicked on the Zekmarf one, like that's my channel. I can stream whatever I choose to stream on that. So we would link my channel with the BegerenColony channel. It's where like as a subsequent link. And that way it's like, oh well, I see this character on the BegerenColony channel streaming all the time. Let me see what else he streams, type thing. And that way we can each get our individual followers, but the colony as a whole, as the server as a whole, gets more viewers. And like they might see us individually on the other ones and see, well, what other games does this guy play? And they may see this one, and it kind of makes everyone move at like together. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, and when streaming Star Wars, are you wanting it to kind of stick to PvP, PvE? Like, are you wanting?
Obviously, wait, I got this.
I was gonna say with that. Sorry, just to interrupt for a second. Just label it accurately. Like with the broadcast, because it will separate each individual video how it's labeled, and that way they can choose what they view.
Yeah, and to add on that, yes, you have to be specific, but like we don't want any like boring leveling up like my gunslinger type thing. Like I think like we could make an exception on new content, to have your opinions on like new content, kind of like a reaction type thing. And as well, like yes, you can stream PvP because PvP is exciting to watch, etc. GSF, like so, like basically like we have the Warzone night now, we have the GSF night. So like we can always mix the streams with that. As I said, we can watch Chio go crashing in the rocks, or we can watch some people kick some ass in PvP. And then like most of the events are going to be streamed. I think we were also planning on getting Summit streamed. We were planning on getting a bunch of other stuff streamed as well, such as like the podcast, etc. And also, I also have to make sure that all the content is also approved to be placed on YouTube afterwards, because that's what another plan. So we move what content we make on Twitch and we move it to YouTube. It keeps that rolling.
Yeah. So basically, what's going to be broadcast on the server site itself would be very selective. However, if you made your own individual one, you could broadcast whatever you want. Like I do have broadcasts where it's just me leveling and kind of reacting to just like the new stuff that I've never seen in the levels before. But I'm not going to broadcast that on the server site type thing.
Yeah. All right.
Just as kind of the hands-on experience type thing.
And it's good promotion for you. It's good promotion for anyone that joins in on it. It's actually really worth it. I'm seeing like people are I'm getting PST right now about it. But yeah, as I said, it's good promotion for you. It's good promotion for the server. It'll make people want to come to the server because we have an awesome community. It's that a lot of people think that Harbinger is the goddamn best server in the world, but I don't know. A lot of people would argue with me about that, but
Well, as somebody who explored the Harbinger after coming from BegerenColony, like I went over there to see what it was all about. They are very stuck up and.
Oh my god, what stuck up?
Not as friendly as we are over here, so that's just the easy way of saying it.
Not all the Harbinger people are
That's true. That's true.
where I'm from.
Hey, your new home's here. Come on.
Here.
Allowed to have. I'm just saying, both servers, this one and the Harbinger, I didn't find too bad. So.
What was the other one that I went to explore the
Shadowlands?
Shadowlands, yeah, they're bad over there too. Not as bad as no, I'd say Shadowlands is probably worse than Harbinger, but nothing compared to BC,
so are we done with the Twitch stuff?
Yeah, I have to bail out because I got an op run. Guild hollering at me.
One last thing. If you guys want to go, just to get it started and have it in your follows, go follow the community channel on Twitch as well. It's linked right now in the chat.
Okay.
And yeah, so follow that. Yeah, if you guys are interested in streaming, I left my in-game info there, and yeah. We'll get in the contact, start talking, and we'll set everyone up. I'm hopefully gonna get that up before I leave for the weekend. No, hopefully it'll be up by March break for most people.
Is nothing broadcasting on the BC one right now? Because I'm not seeing anything.
Nothing's on it right now. It's just for getting people to go follow it at the moment.
Okay, well I'm definitely gonna follow it on mine and link the BC one to my channel, so anybody who views mine will actually see this one as well.
All right.
Tammy, did you say you have the poll set up? You're taking care of that?
No, I've got the thread.
User disconnected from your
I
channel.
was gonna wait to see what poll questions you wanted first. So I know I'll set one up for the open world PvP and the hide and seek because I know that was something we discussed, but
and the Cantina Brawl.
Oh, and the Cantina Brawl. Okay.
And
so are we
doing a
wanting to know
tournament?
which
No.
one we want to do first, or what's the question for the three possibilities?
Sorry, Rich, but what was that?
One of the two other ideas that were thrown out, the tournament one and some big party giveaway shit one.
Oh, yep, you're right. Big part of it.
Big what?
That well, one's a tournament and one's it's a big giveaway / party something.
Yeah, the big giveaway party type thing that's easy to plan out, which is just a big credit pitch-in and item pitch-in where we just give away a bunch of items and kind of like auctioning in a way, but it's free.
So, all right, write this down.
And it includes tournaments, contests, and a bunch of other stuff, and it's a good way for credits and cool gear and new game content and old.
That's what I have written down right there.
Pod racing sounds fun.
Pod racing.
Oh, you missed out giveaway.
Oh yeah, pod racing. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, if you look up, I think years ago, some server did a pod racing event, And the way they did it was they would have everybody who raced would be flagged, and then they would have people like sign up to be, I guess, on the course, like shooting them to slow them down.
So sand people.
Yeah, so
basically, yeah.
That
so like in
actually
Star Wars
is really
Episode
cool.
1. That's
I
actually
like
really
the
neat.
idea of including sand people, especially if they're actually wearing the sand people outfits.
Oh yeah.
That's actually like a really great idea. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds really neat.
Yeah, that actually really is really good because if you're adding action to more than just pressing one button forward, you're going to bring in more people about it.
Okay.
So on that poll, what do we want to do
I'm
first?
good at hide and seek too.
Yeah.
I think it could be fun, but
What would we like to do first? Let's give it 2 weeks, I guess, of polling. Make sure we get people in, and then at 2 weeks, we need to have another meeting to start setting it up.
Okay. Do you want that on the home page or the forums page?
I say link it in the news page.
Yeah,
like link it. Link it through. Like make a link to the on the home page to the thread.
It sounds like a plan.
Okay,
but
so
guys, wait.
I'm gonna have to work on probably tomorrow.
I did move the site down to the medium grade. Is that causing anyone a problem?
I haven't noticed any from a member's point of view.
And is there anyone here that would like to be part of the like the I guess admin team with those rights and would be willing to help out with the running of the site?
I'd be willing to, but do you want that restricted to GMs?
I don't really care. People that are going to help are good people who are going to help. I want whoever is willing to help to help.
Well, I'd be willing to help. We need it.
If I knew about engine, I'd help.
Cephas, are you signed up on the site right now?
I am.
While Dez is doing that, guys, don't forget to promote this to your guilds so we actually get a, I say like a good poll going where we actually get an accurate number of what the community actually wants. So just go promote that to your best friend, your grandparents, whatever.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything else we need to bring up, or can we adjourn?
No, nothing else has to be touched. No.
That Twitch thing, is it just Star Wars The Old Republic or can it also be Star Wars in general?
Right now we'll keep it strictly to like Star Wars to start off with. And
The Old Republic, he means.
Yeah, The Old Republic. Because I think it would be neat to have like news about the actual, Star Wars stuff.
Well, when we include like the
Rogue One,
podcast
anything
part,
else.
like the podcast part will probably include other Star Wars news,
that's what
like
I was
lore, etc. So yeah,
Oh,
when
cool.
we put in the podcast, it will kind of be more than just SWTOR, but.
All right, well, let me know when the podcast thing starts.
All right. Yeah, if you guys also want to be part of the podcast team or something, don't forget to get in contact with me as well.
All right. It's on the site or in game or.
Well, I will be putting a forum post on the website by tomorrow or tonight. I don't know yet. It's when I want to type it. But when I do, it will be on the website, so just stick close to it and you'll see it.
Alright then.
I do actually have one more thing. Does anyone know how to use Reddit? I don't.
Yeah, I've been looking into it, haven't figured it out.
Like the Tor Reddit or?
Like the website where everybody goes, Reddit.
Yeah.
No, touch
We need a presence in Reddit for this. Is someone willing to take that up?
We need the Reddit guy.
Unfortunately, my opinion of Reddit can be summed up with Obi-Wan's opinion of Mos Eisley Cantina.
This is true,
Honestly.
but that it was a point from people in the forums that we're only reaching subs right now, and we're not doing a very good job in meeting them. Reddit was suggested as a mass people information place.
I'll look into Reddit, but I don't really use it that much. But yeah, I'll look into it.
I'll do the same.
I haven't ever made an actual page for Reddit, but I do use Reddit quite a bit.
I do have a question.
Because us as a community, we also have to show up there and like fuck shit up.
Here's
what was the question?
If so, whoever was complaining that we're not using Reddit or whatever mass media outlet that they're complaining that we're not using, could we have them step up and do take care of that? But that
that was more people on the forums that haven't been part of this yet, but it was a good point.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's not a good point. I'm just saying if they're using it and notice that there's a need there, then shouldn't they offer to step up and fill that need? Since they're the ones that are using it and notice the problem?
Well, what I was trying to say is they're not actually part of this group yet. They're outside observer, is what I was trying to say.
Okay. Then they need to be part of the group.
I know. Right?
Only we're that simple.
Anything else that needs
That's
to be
how
touched
shit
on?
works in my guild. Come up with an idea. Hey, you're in charge of it.
That's basically.
So,
Giving me
do we
more
have a
shit to
Twitter
do.
too?
We do not have a Twitter. The sad part is that Knights of Peace like kind of owns like the BegerenColony Twitter.
Yeah, that's Shy's thing.
God damn it! I'm gonna.
Sorry.
Well, we need to get Shy to get it working for us.
It has 843 followers.
I mean, come on.
Come on, guys.
Talk to Shy about that whenever
You,
she gets on.
you guys don't need Twitter. God.
Who needs Twitter?
Alright. That's all I have. Any more things?
Anyone else? Anyone else excited for the new guild upgrades? No. Scroll gems.
I'm so excited.
Do we know exactly what they are?
You're only excited because you want to figure out what my legacy name is.
No, what I really wish they would have done though is made it so that the keys were alphabetized.
Oh
yeah.
Right?
That would be
My
nice.
God.
No, the hooks. Oh my God, our flagship, we're out of hooks, and we're like
So are we.
one door away
They're-
from being completely unlocked, and we're like, fuck.
They're upgrading the hooks by 50%.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, there's gonna be a wait. Let me go over them.
350? No.
It's 350ish. That's how much they're adding. But like they're also member cap's gonna be 1,000 members. They're gonna make it so guild selection. So like instead of like how you like when you have to kick inactive, you have to kick them one by one. You'll be able to select like multiple people and just delete in one or remove in one shot.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're giving
That's
GMs
so
the
convenient.
like they're
Mass
giving making us as GMs our jobs a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
Mass execution. This speaks to my Sith heart.
I could have used that on a couple of members.
There's also the legacy flag where when you're not sure like if that guy is actually that guy, the legacy flag will help you see, etc. There's a few
Could
other
use
things.
that on a couple members.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
Dez
we're gonna be able to
that
see
on me all the
legacies?
time.
Yes, you'll be able to see legacies.
Oh God, that'll make recruiting so much easier.
Right?
Like they're making our
Stop
jobs
it,
as
Dez,
GMs
don't
easier.
encourage it.
But I'm just excited about the member cap because you know how it sucks. Like you get the 500, and you're like, oh, I can't do anything anymore.
Yeah, dude. You
And
have to do a
it's
guild purge.
time for
and it's just,
purges.
And it's like, get rid of all your alts. Bye.
I'm finally gonna get rid of all of Crimsonus' spies.
Guild mitosis, where you have to spin off a second guild just to accept the capacity.
Yeah, you won't need. The guilds are gonna disappear. That's for sure.
God, I hope my guild doesn't disappear. I just started it.
Don't worry, your guild's not called Jedi Council. It won't disappear.
Ha 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 ha. You're just
Copy
jealous
that.
because mine's older than yours.
Okay, I don't care if yours is older than mine. I can fight you. Let's fight.
In the air?
Oh yeah, let's go.
So wait, your ass is mine, buddy.
You'll be crashing into them rocks.
Did you already ask them all? Okay, I'm still kind of in a meeting.
Safe.
Yes.
You had a question or something you want to bring up, Small?
Yeah. Was World PvP discussed? Because last time Risen did that wasn't a huge, astounding success.
I brought that up.
And do we have something planned for that, or are we gonna attempt that again?
For what?
Well,
It's going to be in the poll.
Yeah.
Alright. Gotcha.
I am planning, however, on releasing another open world PvP event following maybe 2 weeks from now. I'll be, if I do go through with it, it'll be advertised on both fleets. I'm gonna try to pick a big enough planet so we can fit as many people as possible, and hopefully it doesn't turn into Viridian's event.
Yeah, it's not fun to get slaughtered.
But yeah, I think I was the only one that was I the only one that should. No, I wasn't the only one. I brought 2
There's like some other
guildies.
random. Yeah.
I brought 2 guildies at least.
We could have probably been a little bit more active in informing everyone about it, but it was kind of a rough plan, so fell
Hell,
apart.
I'm connected to your website and I don't even know.
Yeah, it was on our calendar, Des.
I mean, I didn't get an update on my mail.
Oh, we'll make sure.
Like I got with all your major changes about ranking and stuff.
Yeah. Oh wait, this is probably like the last thing we should touch on. We also need to advertise in general chat, so advertise the website when you can. If you have an event, make sure to advertise it. I think we should get back to advertising also the GM summits, because I think I was sitting on fleet for a good 10 minutes, like gathering all the GMs we didn't invite. So yeah, get to that. So it's just
Putting that out here. We did change that from just GM summit because there are players that are solo or don't represent their guilds, but want to be involved in helping.
I've just always called it the server summit.
Mm-hmm. Begeren summit. Just putting that out there so we get the language right, so we don't turn people off.
Have a bunch of trolls in GSF blasting on us.
Is there anything else? I think I should.
Jan, Lilith. Oh wait, never mind.
I think I'm good.
Are you guys? Is everyone though part of the channels though? Like the
The ones that matter to me.
gathering channel, Senate channel.
Get posted.
Yeah.
On the front page of the website.
Yeah. If you guys are,
they're on the
if you guys,
website, front page, homepage.
yeah. I'm just gonna post it in chat for those people. If you guys are not part of any of these channels, I suggest you guys go join them.
I have enough.
Yeah.
I've got like 7 tabs across my chat page or chat bar.
I cleaned out mine recently. I got.
All right, 6. I've got 6. I'm sorry.
6? That's it? Really?
Okay, look, I have 1, 2, 3. I still have all the old TSG ones. Oh my god.
Yeah, I still have those. I got channels. It's not for.
Yeah, there's a lot of channels.
All right, guys, I got a jet. My guild's getting ready to do RP, so.
Yeah. Well, I think we're done.
Okay.
Thanks everyone for coming.
Thanks, Dad.
Next meeting's gonna be in 2 weeks.
User in your channel.
All right.